The XRP community did something extremely amazing, and I'm going to share it with you. And we also have the SEC screwing around with Grayscale and their Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. The logic they used is so flawed, and I'm going to expose the SEC for being complete scumbags and losers. In Bitcoin, yep, miners are selling. Does that mean the rally is going to be over, or are they taking profits to keep their businesses afloat? Ah, yes, the sweet smell of campfire. Had a good one over the weekend. How was your weekend? Let me know in the comments below. Bitcoin sitting at 20,654, ETH 1533, both above critical levels here. XRP breaking 38 cents at 38.09, up a 0.5% last 24 hours. XLM, other favorite of the channel, sitting at 8.6, up 1.5%. You've got Davos happening this week, everyone, so expect the news to be quiet until, well, news breaks. And don't worry, I'll be there to share it with you. Bitcoin miners show signs of dumping. Is this bad for the rally? We're going to get into it because you're going to hear a lot about this in the next several days. Bitcoin miners position index has shot up recently. As pointed out by an analyst, miners may be putting selling pressure on the market currently. The relevant indicator here is the miners position index, which measures the ratio between miner outflows and the 365 moving average of the same. Miner outflows refer to the total amount of Bitcoin that all these chain validators are transferring out of their wallets at the moment. Usually, miners withdraw coins from their reserves at the main purpose of selling them. Thus, a high value of outflows can suggest that this cohort is dumping large amounts right now. Let's break it down, because that sounds really bad, doesn't it? But no, it's not. The reason they're selling their Bitcoin is they're actually able to make money on it. This is a good thing. Oh my gosh, when Bitcoin is sitting there at like 16, 15, 17,000, miners aren't making any money. In fact, a lot of miners shut their rigs off because they're like, yo, we actually lose money for every rig that we have operating. But now that Bitcoin is above that 20,000 mark, more and more miners out there are able to make money from their actions. So for those out there that want to spread FUD about, ooh, the miners are going to bring down the market and stop the rally, no, it's healthy business. This is the same thing with oil companies. See, when oil is at like $40 a barrel, tons of places shut off their pumps and drills. That's it. They're done. They can't make money on it, right? But as the price of oil goes up and up and up, more places turn on their action of drilling and pumping and so forth. Now, when oil gets to like that 100, 110 mark, your crazy deep sea, super expensive operations can make money, so they turn their stuff on. So would you be mad at oil companies for selling oil? No, you wouldn't, because that's how you make money. You have to sell your product, and that's what Bitcoin miners are doing right now, as the price of Bitcoin is sitting at that 20,673 mark. And now onto the Grayscale story that pissed me off over the weekend, but I kept it quiet just so I could cool my jets a little bit. But I'm going to share it with you and show you how shady the SEC is. And don't forget, XRP fans, I'm going to show you a story just the opposite of how amazing XRP is. Grayscale files a response to the SEC amid new proposal for Grayscale Bitcoin Trust conversion. Grayscale says manipulation on the spot market would impact futures. According to the firm, any fraud or manipulation in the spot market would affect the price of Bitcoin futures, which is traded by the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Grayscale presented the correlation between the two products, adding how an action in one may affect the other. Either CME surveillance, right, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, can detect spot market fraud that affects both futures and spot ETFs, or that surveillance cannot do so for either type of ETP. Let's dive into this. So here's the deal here. The SEC is like, yo, we're okay with future tradings of Bitcoin because guess what? The CME can protect any kind of fraud or price manipulation. But what the SEC said regarding Grayscale's trust that they want to convert into an ETF, they're saying, well, wait a minute, that's spot price. And what spot is what you do right now, right? The price, the action you pay right now for something, not a future, okay? So what the SEC is saying, but spot can be manipulated. And Grayscale is like, well, wait a minute. If spot is manipulated, and let's pretend someone manipulates Bitcoin up to 25,000, futures are going to do the same thing. The future market reacts to spot going up and down. The same thing happened with oil in 2008? There was manipulation by speculators out there where they were driving up the price of spot, which also affected the price of futures. So how the hell can the SEC go, yeah, we're okay with futures trading because the CME can detect it, but spot doesn't affect that? Come on, SEC, your argument makes no sense. Whatever you do to spot price has a ripple effect to the futures price. Look at any market out there, okay? Here's a good one for you. I want you to think of the last time we had a Middle East conflict. Whenever you have a Middle East conflict, oil prices shoot up instantly, okay? Spot goes up, futures goes up. Oh, wait, what did I just say? Spot and futures go up, right? The two are tied to each other. In fact, futures are very heavily dependent upon spot to create the derivative price down the chain time frame wise. Now, just the opposite is not true, which means guess what? Spot prices aren't affected so much by futures. No, spot is affected by now. So the SEC is saying, yeah, we can't protect spot manipulation, but we're good with futures. If you can manipulate the price of right now, it manipulates everything down the road. Again, the SEC is just full of garbage with this one. And now onto the XRP story, where we got to give big props to the community. And where's Charles at, right? Charles only takes opportunities to knock on XRP in the community, but he's not taking this opportunity here to applaud the community. But you know who is? John Deaton, my man. 75,000 XRP returned by a scammer. John Deaton praises the community efforts. In a series of events that started on January 11th, a user complained that his bag of XRP had been stolen while updating his firmware on a fake ledger site. Super common scam, everyone. Responses came in from the XR community as well as Nick Bugalis, former director of engineering at Ripple, who commended the user for raising the alert on fake ledger websites. That's what I try to do here. I try to expose as many scams and different types of scams as possible so that you don't get caught up on this. In fact, I did one about stellar staking. Do you know how many people I've heard from? A lot. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of XLM, and that was like shortly after I did the video. In particular, XRP user Tiffany Hayden, who picked up interest in the matter, alerted the community of a similar instance of a user's funds being stolen through a fake ledger website. She also posted an address to where the funds were sent. That's right, you gotta call out them scammers. If the government and all those regulators aren't gonna protect us, we gotta protect ourselves. Shout out to the XRP community. In a twist, another user, Lisa, who had also suffered the same fate, responded in a thread of tweets by providing the address of the scammer. Do it, take them down, you get my approval. Within hours of the details of the scammer surfacing, the first transfer of 50 XRP was made to the user who provided the address, followed by another 75,000 as evidenced by BitHump Explorer. Let's take a look at that. Lisa, oh my God, he did it. The scammer returned your XRP. There is the transaction hash right there. Proof of strength of the XRP community. And where's Charles Hodgkinson at? He always takes the opportunity to rip on the XRP community. Where is he now? Being the leader of a massive chain out there with the perfect opportunity to give praise for what the XRP community did. Bring awareness to the scammer and get it to where they were able to return their 75,000 XRP. Oh, and I may not wash this hoodie for a couple days because the smell of the campfire that I had fired up in the background is oh so nice and reminiscent of the chill, relaxed vibes on the weekend. We've got the SEC playing favorites, obviously, saying, hey, futures are okay to be safe, but spot doesn't. But spot affects futures, you effing moron. So if people manipulate spot, they're gonna manipulate futures. Oh my gosh. And Bitcoin miners out there, don't freak out when you hear the FUD about miners are dumping Bitcoin. No kidding, they have to sell your product to make money, right? So come on. Bitcoin miners selling their Bitcoin is a healthy thing because that means they're actually making money on Bitcoin and are actually able to turn on their rigs. And we know what's good for Bitcoin is good for the greater good of crypto. Speaking of the greater good of crypto, isn't it cool to see that communities out there are policing themselves, that communities are stepping in and helping out each other? I wish other leaders out there, Charles, would take advantage of this, jump onto the comment train and say, hey, you know what? This is a good sign of a strong community. But nope, he hasn't done that yet, which continues to show that he is just about throwing shade at XRP and making himself look better rather than what's doing best for the entire crypto community. Thank you very much for the various level support for this channel. It's been humbling to see all the donations, the comments, the likes, the subscribes coming in. I completely appreciate it. Now, until more news breaks, I'm going to leave you with this video right here, deep dive into crypto Web3, specifically made for you. Now, I'm going to go hang out, reminisce in my weekend vibes. You cool cats, have a great rest of your day.